I'm Fletcher Brown with another artist video blog here at kicks96country.com. Our guest today from Nashville, Tennessee, by way of the great state of Louisiana. And I can say that because my mother is half Louisiana. Please welcome Brei Carter to Kicks 96. How are you, Brei?
I'm doing fabulous, Fletch.
All right, is it Brei or Brei?
It's Brei.
Oh, it is Brei.
It's Brei.
Right, see, my biggest fear is I'm going to say somebody's name wrong for 15 minutes talking to him on on an interview, but it is Brei.
It's Brei, and it's Fletch, right?
Yes, it is.
All right.
It is not Clutch. There was a lady who used to call me all the time, and she would say, "Hey, Clutch," and I was like, "Yeah, I would just let it happen." She was a sweet old lady. It was nice.
Trust me, being from South, we tend to let that happen, right? We let that happen.
Just let it slide. All right, now, Brei, you come to us all the way from Tennessee, or from Nashville. You've only been there though since about 2019 or so.
About 2018, 2019. Okay. So I relocated there, actually from the Midwest, although I am from Louisiana originally. Okay. Relocated to Nashville to on a path that God led me on, to kind of follow my dreams and kind of where He was leading me.
All right, well, let's talk about your roots in Louisiana. You actually, you come from Monroe, Louisiana.
I come from Monroe.
Let me ask you this. All right, now, Louisianans, I say this because, like I said, my mother is half Louisiana. The way y'all pronounce your communities and the way other people outside Louisiana, is Monroe? Am I saying that right?
It's Monroe. Some people say Monroe. It ain't Monroe. It's Monroe.
It's Monroe.
So it all depends on, you know what, if you got a little slang or a little Southern drawl, say it how you want to say it, but you get the gist of where it's from. But truth be told, Fletch, I say Monroe because people can relate to that a lot better on the map. But I'm from a small town right outside of Monroe. It's called Sterlington, Louisiana. So it's a lot smaller.
Sterlington?
Yes, sir.
Sterlington, Louisiana. So if you ever go to Sterlington, Louisiana, look up Brei. She's
the home of Brei Carter.
Brei Carter. I've actually never heard of Sterling.
I know it.
But I've heard of Monroe. And talk to us a little bit about growing up there in Sterling and Monroe in that area. I mean, I've never been there, so I can't answer this. Was it rural? Is it urban? How?
Monroe, Louisiana, or Sterlington, Louisiana, it's definitely rural. Okay. My grandparents were sharecroppers, and my grandfather, he used to actually drive a combine. So, plowing cotton and just other things like that. And then they grew a ton of crops and stuff like that. So it was nothing but country. And on top of that, when I grew up, it was like a one-light town initially, like being a kid and what have you. Of course, obviously, technology happens and, the future happens and what have you. And it's kind of changed, and now it's a lot bigger.
All right, so your growing up experience was more on the rural side, then.
My growing up was more on the rural side.
So
yes.
like the real country lifestyle.
The real country lifestyle. Sunday, for example, on Sunday you start church at you get up and start getting ready about 7, and then you probably, by the time you leave, it's about 8:30, so you can make it to Sunday school, which is right up the street, so you could be there early. After Sunday school, you have a little break, you stay at the church, then you have regular service, you have a little something to eat. Everyone has to eat. That's the Southern way of life. We all eat together, break bread, and then you stay there for the next program, and you're probably at home at 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So it's an all day thing.
I'm pretty sure Mom always had us up before the sun was up.
For sure. Climbing trees, climbing trees, going to the garden, picking tomatoes, cucumbers, watermelon. We grew watermelon, y'all.
Now, I think my mother was fond of cantaloupes, but all of it was there.
Yes.
So your music then comes from a very, very real and authentic place.
Yes, sir.
But the music wasn't originally what you started out doing. I mean, you've got 3 degrees?
Yes, sir.
Including a PhD. You're actually Dr.
I'm a doctorate. Yes, I'm a doctorate.
Dr. Brei. I've only ever, I'm pretty sure this is the first PhD.
Well, actually, it's a DOT. It's a doctorate of theology.
Oh, it's a doctorate of theology. Well, still a doctor's doctor.
Doctor.
I'll still call you doctor.
I like it.
All right.
Dr. Brei Carter, y'all.
It's only the second artist I've ever had that I can call doctor. So Dr. Brei, now theology, that means, so you are somebody who is very strong in your faith.
I am. God is the foundation of everything I do. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a religious fanatic, or I'm not perfect. I've made my mistakes along the way, but I'm here today, my very existence, because of God. So faith, I get up, I pray, I try to do the right thing. I stray sometimes because none of us are perfect, but I look to God for guidance, for answers.
Well, you also have a degree in, is it business?
Business, Initially, when I went to University of Louisiana, Monroe, I had aspirations of wanting to be a lawyer. I just knew that was the path that I was going to be on, but I kind of joined the military, and then I kind of took another direction along the way. And kind of took a step back and went back into the religious aspect of things.
Okay. And you got another degree in
Christian counseling.
Okay. So you have basically you are a student of all of the things essentially. I mean, you seem to be somebody who just teach me, I'll learn it.
Yes, yes. I'm a student of life.
Okay.
You know, you learn. Sometimes you got to have those hands-on experiences. And, you know, my mom says sometimes you should have been a boy. You know, daddy wanted a boy, she gave him a girl, obviously. But sometimes she's like, you should have been a boy sometimes, because sometimes you got to buy those lessons and they're not always pretty, but you learn from them and you keep moving.
All right. So basically that kind of leads us into the music. Now, you started there, you were learning, you're getting a law degree, counseling, theology degree. And then something happened that made you decide that you had a story to tell through song and through music. Now you've been singing most of your life, but that wasn't your direction at first. And then a few years back, something happened that changed your course. And now you're in Nashville, and the song, your debut single to country radio is Gave Him a Girl.
Yes,
all
sir.
right? So now that is attributable to your father. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So talk to us a little bit about that song, where it comes from.
So my, unfortunately, my biological father, he passed away some years ago. And that's kind of where I got the voice that something within me, I prayed and I kind of ran from it. But when I was younger, someone said, well, what would you like to do? And I'm like, oh, I'd love to be a country singer. And I kind of just said it and kind of put it out there and didn't think any more of it, because I come from a long line or a long history of singers. And I never found my voice. So as a result, I kind of stayed in the background when it came to singing. I didn't find my voice or have a true appreciation. And after my biological father passed away, I just started learning more and more about my history and that side of the family and what have you. Since my parents, they were married, but they got divorced. And as a result, it was like, okay, God was leading me into music. And I've always written, but it was time to actually put a voice behind my words. And that actually led me to doing it. And Gave Him a Girl is my story. I mean, as a kid, people laugh at me. They're like, ha, 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 you know how to skin a coon? I do. They're like, yeah, you slit it. Yeah, you do. You have to at least have a starting point. You got to have a knife. You're not going to do it totally. You're going to use your bare hands, because once you use the knife, then someone's going to hold it slit. You're going to do what you need to do and skin it. So I am familiar. I've done that before. I love camo, all things camo. I'm a girl, but then I can get dirty too. Like, I love adventure. You know, as a kid, I used to play with salamanders. I love horses. I had an uncle that used to have horses growing up. So it's nothing that's new to me.
I took a knitting class once. I did.
Okay.
I could crochet.
That's better than me, because I can't crochet.
I'm just saying, it's like, I don't think that makes me any less of a man.
Right.
But I never played with salamanders.
I did.
All right. So now you've got the single, Gave Him a Girl. And that was, again, that's a story about, like, your father. You're just like your mother said, you should have been a boy, but God gave him a girl. What else though is, I mean, the project that this is on, is the album complete, or is it just the single and you're working on?
No, actually, I have a couple of albums completed during the pandemic. I did a lot of recording prior to the pandemic, and we just decided, instead of just releasing an album, just to kind of go with kind of slowly releasing singles out there. And with that route, and it seems to be working, but probably around February timeframe, I am going to actually release a full-blown album. So, which is totally different. You're gonna see and hear a different side of me, which I'm super excited about letting the world hear. And then before then, Christmas, the holidays are here, which I'm a lover of all things Christmas, just the love, the giving, the lights, the trees. The gifts are fine, but it's not about that. You truly see, I think during the Christmas time, you truly see more love being shown to, strangers and different things like that. So I'm excited about that.
Have you actually had a chance, I mean, with the pandemic, to do much live? I mean, I know obviously no one has, but have you been able to get more live performances?
No, as of late, I've been able to do a little bit more. Some things are still closed off. And during the pandemic, I did some live streaming, but I stayed in the studio, and I was writing, just trying to hone in on those skills and just get a little bit better. Now I have a show in Nashville on December the 4th at the Listening Room.
Oh, I love the Listening Room in Nashville. You need to go.
my first debut, December the 4th. So I'm super psyched about it. In addition to that, I have a show coming up. I'm not sure the exact date at Cabana Taps. And then I have a Christmas EP coming out, 4 songs, probably within the next 2 weeks. Santa won't ya?
All right. So if someone is watching this right now and they're like, I have to know more, I have to hear more, where do they find you? Where do they find Brei Carter?
If you want to hear and you want to know more, BreiCarter.com. That's BreiCarter.com. Again, that's BreiCarter.com. BreiCarter.com on all the platforms. I'm on all social media platforms. Check me out on TikTok. I could use some help. Follow me, give me some advice. I've been doing the same Neo Moon dance over and over and over and over again. Even CMAs. Me and my girls, we did the Neon Moon song.
No, okay, I don't know what that is.
Oh my! Don't have me demonstrate in here. It's amazing.
I have no idea what that is. You're gonna have to show us.
Okay, I would love to.
Okay,
I would love to. Honestly.
Right, so teach me. So what I clearly have no idea what it is. You can stand. Can you right now?
I can. Can I get a little of that music? Hey, but I gotta hear that music though. Oh. Wait a minute. Hey, can you give me that music on the phone?
Can you do that? I can do that. We can do that.
I got it right here. I got you covered. It's that Neon Moon.
Yes.
I gotta teach y'all.
I've never heard this. I don't know what it is.
Hey, it's TikTok.
Yeah, is it?
I'm just learning. I'm super psyched about it.
All right. So while she's finding that, I just want to remind you, BreiCarter.com, and you find all the social medias. God gave him a girl is the name of the single. So make sure that you find that. If you want to hear it, make sure you call us at Kicks 96. We're happy to play it for you. All right. And I'm buying you time.
I love it.
Okay. We'll be happy to play it for you. Gave Him a Girl is the single, and BreiCarter.com is where you want to go and maybe find this delicious smelling candle.
Can someone hold this for me?
What is this?
Oh,
I've never heard this song before. Is that Luke Bryan?
Wait, let's back this up a minute. You know what you're doing, girl. I got my girl Kennedy here. She knows.
Yes. All right, here we go.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, I've never seen that before. I thank you for introducing me to that.
You're so welcome, Brooks and Dunn.
That's who that was. I'd never heard that song before or that dance. So thank you, Brei Carter. You don't wait so long to come back to Kicks 96, will you?
Definitely not. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much.
We're going to try to get her to play something live. So elsewhere here on our YouTube channel, look for a live performance.
Yes.
Can you play something?
I'm going to play something live for y'all.
Okay, so we're going to have a live performance of Brei Carter. Find her on the internet and on all the socials. Oh, and by the way, there's one detail I almost forgot. You are an Army veteran, correct?
Yes.
So happy belated Veterans Day.
Thank you so much. It was an honor to serve, and thank you to all the other veterans out there, past, present, and future.
Absolutely. We take our veterans very seriously at Kicks 96. So we appreciate you and we thank you for your service. And we'll
so that's what we say in the Army. Yeah.
I gotta go take an aspirin real quick. I'll see you next time on the Artist Video Blog, Kicks96country.com.
Curls a little tomboy in diamonds and pearls. Daddy wanted a boy, wanted a boy.